Happy birthday,
Happy
SYA.
birthday, SYA.
So my name's Steve Edmonds and I'm the director of a company called Edmonds Learning and Development. I initially worked for a education business partnership called Solent EBP, and I was a senior manager there responsible for all the vocational training. When that went down in about 2014-15, myself and my old boss set up a company called Riverside Community Interest Company, and that's how I got involved with Kaylee through she was one of the members of our board. So we worked together, and primarily what I was doing was vocational training in construction. We were doing things like motor vehicle. We were also doing some horticulture work as well. The site we moved to, which is an old site opposite the rugby club in Bishopstoke Road, it was quite a big site. It was about 3 acres, so it was a lot to keep on just for the two staff that we had working on there. And that's where we brought on a lot of our students. We couldn't do the motor vehicle there because it wasn't really set up, but we kept the construction side of it. And when Kaylee approached me, it was to use a bit of an area that she could use for some of her students. So after a while, we realised we had very sort of like similar ideas in terms of what the students wanted. And I was very much into getting students through a qualification and not just entertaining them, actually getting them something that they could work with. Which is kind of my background, coming from a teacher. I'm an IT teacher from trade, but I've also got a trade background being a plasterer. We were looking for another area, and I contacted East Borough Council, and that's when I found the area for the routes. And it made sense because myself and Kaylee had worked so closely together and helped each other out in different ways, that I invited her down as well, and we joined forces there, and that's how sort of like the routes came about. So I do the vocational training in construction, and then you guys sort of use it as a base, and go all the way through doing your team building or whatever stuff that you do on the Thursdays as well, and using it as a base for other things. And we've got some ideas about how we can sort of change that and link up with future stuff as well. And obviously, if I need any help, if I need an extra member of staff, because I'm very good at delivering the hard skill targets, but occasionally I need some soft skill stuff, and that's when I've obviously got you guys on site to go and help us with it. So yeah, it works really well. I love working with students. I really like to see them achieve something, especially when they've got something where they've got absolutely no confidence in anything whatsoever. And when they come in there and they've been completely told all their time that they can't do something, or they're struggling at school, because it's trying to match their learning style. And when you've got someone who is more of a practical learner, the whole reason why they tend to mess about at school and stuff like that is because it's not the way they take information in. So once we sit there and then kind of explain to them that it's just that you learn in a different way, that's all it is. And once you get them around that and start building their confidence out, and they can see that they can get a couple of wins under their belt, then that way we can sort of like position them towards getting a few successful achievements. So the course I offer here is a multi-trade construction one, and it sits sort of like towards the end of the school year, so for year 9, 10s and 11s. And it's a nice course where they can come in and they can try different things. Right, so they can try a bit of plumbing. They can come in and they can do, a bit of carpentry, a bit of brickwork, and just generally go through and see what floats their boat and what they might be interested in doing in the future. They'll get one unit towards that, and then later on they can pursue that and go off to college or take an apprenticeship off of that. There's a number of them that have gone on to do different things. I occasionally get someone who will phone me back up. I got a nice text the other day from someone who's got himself on a plastering program. That's quite nice. Another guy who wouldn't engage in school whatsoever when he first came out. He was really, really quiet. Found out that he really had quite a gift for carpentry. He's now pursued that all the way through, and Mum's been in contact with me and sort of said he's doing really, really well. Thank you to you. And that's nice when you get a bit of feedback from them as well. And I like to get the parents as much involved as well, just to show them it's not necessarily a behavioural issue. It's just because it's a learning style issue. And once you can make that up, and give them the attention that they need, instead of going for this negative attention in other ways and messing about because they don't understand what's going on. That's how I find the way forward.